Hey everybody, it's Wednesday, and that means it's New Comic Book Day. Alright, we bought so many comics this weekend, and, well, okay, first of all, this video is going to be going up a little bit late because we had a minor snafu at the apartment. Somebody burned their finger with a soldering iron, and we had to go to the ER.
Cosplay problems.
So that set us behind a little bit, so we apologize for that. But we bought so many comics, and see, we did Convergence #7 and Wonder Woman,
Convergence,
Secret Wars Battleground, and Ultimate End. And I think we've decided to not review Convergence or Secret Wars until the entire arcs are finished, because they're so convoluted and confusing, and there's so much going on that they're almost impossible to review one comic at a time.
Yeah, we've been really struggling with it, and I mean, like the first half of Convergence #7. I was like, what in the world is going on? I was so lost. And then by the second half, I finally realized what they were doing, but it's a little too hard to review.
Yeah. And so what we're going to do is we're going to wait until Convergence, I think, wraps up next week. Mm-hmm. So we'll read, all 8 of them straight, and hopefully have a better idea of
the story,
and just better understanding. And I just feel like that would be a better viewing experience for you if we do it that way.
But we got a lot more comics than just Convergence and Secret Wars.
Yes. Well, we're going to review 2 of them tonight, the 2 that we enjoyed the most.
Yes.
The first one is A-Force. It takes place during Secret Wars on Battle World, but it is the beginning of a new comic for Marvel. And spoiler warning, if you haven't read A-Force yet, we're going to be talking about the plot and what's going on in it, so if you don't want to be spoiled by anything that we talk about, you probably want to skip this video altogether. A team of all of the female Marvel superheroes.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And villains, I kind of get the vibe, because Lady Loki is there.
Yeah, I really like that. I was like, when I was reading, I was like, oh, Lady Loki. Now all of the people who are doing femme versions of Loki can just do Lady Loki now.
Yeah. A-Force was really, really cool. Basically, all these female superheroes, they're in charge of a place on Battle World called Arcadia. And She-Hulk is the leader of this group. And oh gosh, just the whole book is amazing, because it has all of my favorite female superheroes are all in one book. There's Captain Marvel, She-Hulk, Dazzler is in it.
Yeah. I've never heard of Dazzler, and I was reading, I was like, ooh, Dazzler. Yeah. I like Dazzler.
Yeah. So as all of my favorite female superheroes are in it. Well, all of my favorite female Marvel superheroes are in it. Try saying that 3 times fast. Oh my gosh. The comic starts and a Megalodon just kind of shows up.
It like jumps out of the ocean. And I guess it's America. Is it Captain America?
It's Miss America.
Miss America. I don't know, like
This is a new heroine for me. So if she exists previously, I'm not aware of her.
Yeah, I think she is a captain, but her title is Miss America, because they had like little boxes with information, and so like Captain so and so, Miss America, and I think that's where I was thinking. But anyway, Miss America is young, and the vibe I got from the book or from the comic was that she's kind of new to the whole thing.
Super impulsive.
Yeah, so she's very impulsive, and so she makes a rash decision, and she throws the Megalodon outside of the shield that's protecting their little island, which apparently is a really, really strict taboo. You don't do that.
You're not allowed to set foot on soil that's not yours. And she chucks a giant shark outside the shield, and it lands in another area of Battle World. And this is against the law.
Yes.
And so she's put a rapid trial.
Yeah, like there was no trial.
They're like,
you broke the law, you're coming with us.
So they basically teleport her away to the prison of the shield. And we don't really know what that is yet, but her group, A-Force, they're just devastated.
Mostly, though, it's Lady Loki and Sister Grimm. I guess Sister Grimm and Miss America were kind of understudies of Lady Loki, and so they're very distraught, and I kind of get the impression that they're going to try to bust her out.
Yeah, I think a Prison Break is coming up
Yeah.
soon in A-Force. And I'm really excited for this comic. A lot of people, they're kind of on the fence about it because it's the first time I think we've ever had an all-female team have their own comic.
Yeah.
But which I think is exciting, and so far I enjoy. It's only one issue in, but I really liked this comic.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
I very much enjoyed it.
And the other one we're going to review tonight is Mad Max Fury Road. This is Immortal Joe's backstory, how he became Immortal Joe.
Yes. So, spoiler alert, obviously, if you have not read this issue of Mad Max, you should probably turn off the video because we're going to talk about it and possibly spoil it.
Yes.
So, it starts out with, it kind of introduces a character, and I don't think we ever get his name, but his job basically is to be the books that are no longer in the world. Like, all the books were destroyed, and so, like, he's tattooed all over, and he's supposed to carry the stories from generation to generation so that they can learn from their mistakes and such. And he tells a very, quick story of Nux, which, if you have seen Mad Max, Fury Road, Nux was the disciple of Immortal Joe who kind of went to the other side and helped the wives and Max and Furiosa.
He was the war boy who
Yeah,
was,
the war boy, yeah.
who turned coat.
And basically, it's a really short story, and it's just his parents, we assume, both died. It kind of implies that they both died. And so as the little cart's going up, he grabs onto it, and he's a toddler, and they go to push him off, and they're like, no, wait, let's see how long he can hold on.
Yeah.
And they get all the way up to the top, and he's still holding on, and so Immortal Joe takes him and makes him into a war boy.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the end of his story. It was kind of cute. I like that we got a little
very,
insight.
very short story, and the fact that Nux was featured so heavily in the film, it was nice to see where he started and why he became so devoted to Immortal Joe, because he saved his life.
Yeah.
Which I assume would be a story that he has heard over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But the bulk of this comic does focus on Immortal Joe's rise to power at the Citadel. But one of the really cool things is it gives us some backstory of the world.
Yeah. Like, apparently it seemed to me that he was, like, a soldier or...
He was a colonel.
Yeah, he was some sort, like, somebody like that. And what happened is when the world went to shit, these terrifying people who used to fight for the world, because, you know... Now,
the Marines, everybody,
now had nothing to fight for, and so they became terrifying creatures because they were strong and they were smart, and so that's what he became.
So he has his band of merry men, and they kind of just roam the desert and take what they need when they need it, and they ambush this group. And this guy's like, look, I know a place where there's water and there's food and it's amazing and you guys can, totally take it over. Just let me live. And so he takes them to the Citadel. So Joe's like, all right, well, we're going to take that place over.
What I found really interesting was every time he attacked somebody, he always killed all of the adult men. He took women and children because adult men already have preformed conceptions and they're less likely to follow him as devoutly as a child who is then raised to, like, respect and do what he says, and then the women for breeding and such.
So him and a few of his men, they infiltrate the Citadel, and all of his men die but him, and so all of his soldiers, they kind of write him off for dead.
Yeah.
But then, he steps out on the big platform, and he has, like, a head in his hand, right?
I think so, yeah.
He has a head in his hand, and they're like, he's immortal, he came back from the dead, and that's kind of where the lore of Immortal Joe came from. And so from that point, he starts taking on wives. But all of his sons, they're either stupid.
They're defected in some way.
In some way, all of them.
Yeah. Like, one is a psychopathic killer. One is like, has the body of a giant on steroids, but isn't very smart, and one is extremely intelligent but stuck in in the body of a child is how it describes it, but going based on the movie, it's some form of dwarfism, which has basically made his body useless. So he is extremely brilliant and has all the good ideas, but he can't actually do any of them.
Right. So it's a nice little peek into why he has all these wives and why he's breeding so much. It's because he's trying to have a child who's not
He needs a
defective.
male heir. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, so he's not just a sicko who likes to fuck.
Yeah.
He actually has a plan,
He had a plan.
and these women are part of his plan.
And what was also really interesting is they only get 3 tries and then they're killed. So they get 3 tries, and if they don't have a healthy male heir in those 3 tries, they're out and he brings somebody new in, which wasn't explained in the movie. So that was
Right.
really, really interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. And it makes you wonder how long he's been trying. How many wives has he gone through? Presumably, it's quite a bit.
Yeah.
And this story is actually going to continue with Mad Max Fury Road, and Furiosa's getting her. I guess we're going to get her backstory.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, me too.
Does it
I
give,
am probably most excited for that.
So be on the lookout for that next month. We will probably review that. Okay, that's it for this video. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And on Saturdays, we do a topic of the week video, and we need topics for that. So if you have a topic you would like us to discuss, put that in the comments down below, and we will look at all of them and choose the one that we think we can make the best video for, and that will be the video we post on Saturday.
Okay, thank you very much for watching. We will see you next time.